So throughout life and my trials and teachings, I became an atheist. I always said that those who had faith and believed in God, you're not better than me, but you were better off, and I envied that. I thought it was too late for me. Once my best friend died of cancer, I thought that if I had believed, it would have been easier for me to handle, but it was too late. And I wanted my daughter to have a chance. In fall of 2009, I first got up and went to church. Isaiah 11 verse 6 says that a child shall lead them. That was true for me.
Amen.
I came to Brightmoor in December, and on December 20th, 2009, I was at a very, very low point. I've struggled with depression since I was a child, and at that time, I'd been through so much, and I didn't want to go on. I sat in that seat, and Pastor Jamie, when you did the altar call, you were joking about being a lifeguard, but ultimately, you know, what you said was that God can't save you as long as you were trying to save yourself.
Right.
And I gave my heart to Jesus that day. But that's not the same as asking for forgiveness. It didn't happen all at once. It took a few years. I realized after that moment, though, that, you know, it wasn't just about this higher power God. It was about Jesus.
Amen.
That he died for me.
Right.
God sent him because he loves me. And Jesus died for me. And he's alive. And I know that. I knew that after that, but it just kind of was like going through the motions. And okay, you know, I had Satan lying to me so much, even as I was sitting in that chair, as I'm standing here, he's lying to me, telling me that you don't belong here. He has told me every lie possible to make this not happen. So I'm standing here and saying, haha, Satan, you didn't win. I guess that's enough for me. I would just tell you that I've been praying over 2 Thessalonians 3:3 the last few weeks because of Satan whispering to me, which says, yet the Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and set you on a firm foundation and guard you from the evil one. Essentially, I want to be baptized because I want to be obedient. God has been very faithful to me, and I want to be faithful to him. Another thing you taught me is that I kept putting on the same dirty clothes, and I don't want to do that anymore.
That's right.
So I'm going to get in that water, and I'm going to be clean.
Amen. That's right.
You all can hold me accountable.
All right, come on, get here and big music. Let me tell you what, I love that, and I want you to know why, because I don't think the church celebrates enough life change like this. You know, we celebrate when, like, Calvin Johnson scores a touchdown or the Pistons actually win a game. We say, this is far greater. You know that. This is a celebration of the Lord. And I want you to know, I know exactly the story you're referring to, and it might be for somebody here today. I talked about when I was at seminary, in order to pay my way through, I was a lifeguard at a water park. And when I took junior life saving, senior life saving, and all that, they always told us that if somebody is drowning, you cannot save them as long as they're trying to save themselves. You let them go. Because eventually they're going to go down and give up, and then they're so tired you're able to come and rescue them. But if you go while they're flailing, they will drown you. And I said, God cannot save you as long as you're trying to save yourself. And there might be some of you here today, you're flailing around, you're worried about my relationship, I'm worried about money, I'm worried about my job, I'm worried, and you're flailing all over the place. Listen, you got to cease striving. You got to let God come and rescue you. Amen. Amen. And that's what you did. Amen. Come on, let's go to one That's fantastic. So, whew, I love these days. And you know what? I have to put my preaching marching speed on because this service is behind first service. You guys are way behind first service. It's going to take me till 2 o'clock to actually catch you guys up. But I'm going to slow down. I'm going to do it right. You guys are just going to have to come back and still be behind first service for a while. But because this is too important to rush through. This is too important. What God has done is too important. Come on up here close. I want you guys to be able to be part of all this. Can you see? Yeah, stand up there. There's no problem doing that. I want you to be able to see that your mama is following the Lord in obedience. And that's a great example. And you know what? When you get a little bit older, you're going to say the same thing. You're going to say, I want to follow Jesus like that. How many know that that's going to be true? Amen? And it's going to be a great day. So, Karen Thompson, on your profession of faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, gives me great honor with your husband here, your daughter, family, and those watching us to baptize you now in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
All right, give a big hand to our married couple, Jobin and Jinsey, as they make their way up here.